Welcome to another episode, guys. My name is Benji. I'm here with my friend Anthony once again at Sav-On Tackle, and today we want to talk about trout fishing. And I wanted to give some of you that are starting out for the very first time and don't know where to start with getting your trout gear. Right now is the time to get it. We're right smack in the middle of trout season, so I want to present to you guys a handful of combos based on pricing tiers. And so Anthony's kind enough to open up the store and spend some time with us and share his expertise. So Anthony, do you want to go ahead and start off with the first thing that we got?
Yeah, for sure. We try to get a nice range of reels here. Daiwa's done a great job with that for us, ranging anywhere from $30 to $200 to fit pretty much all of our budgets. You know, there are little crossfires here for 30 bucks. Really hard to go wrong with, fairly smooth. I mean, you get what you pay for in all the reels, so as you go up, you're going to get lighter weight, a little smoother, but you know, definitely a great option for someone looking to keep it, you know, for a power bait setup or just get an entry-level setup and check it out, you know, see what the local stuff has to offer. From there, we jump up pretty quick. The QR750, definitely a fan favorite for the guys fishing in the streams, rivers, or just fishing, you know, small, short casts and stuff. The guys that love 2-pound, they like going a nice small compact reel like that also. That one coming in at 40 bucks. After that, we jump up a little bit. The Exceler, these things about 80 bucks. It's super lightweight. It comes with the LT frame from Daiwa. Makes it where when you pair it up with a decent rod, you've got a nice lightweight combo. Definitely a great option. Holds plenty of 2, 4, and you can even bump up to 6-pound and do some finesse bass fishing with it. From there, we go to what most of us already are familiar with, is the Daiwa Fuego. Definitely a fan favorite for saltwater and for freshwater. Still the LT body, so very lightweight, very smooth, coming in at $100, so very hard to argue with that. And for those of us that like to buy stuff that we can do multiple things with, we could definitely take this to the surf for some of that ultra light line perch and corbina fishing, 2 and 4 pound. You get a lot of line on there. 4 pound, you get 250 yards. So, I mean, you can let those fish do big long runs on light line. After there, we're jumping up to one of my favorite. I mean, it comes in at $200. It's the Daiwa Tatula, the 1000. It's a nice lightweight reel. You'll notice it's definitely a little lighter than the Fuego. Butter smooth, looks cool. It's all blacked out, little silver highlights.
So Anthony just introduced 5 different options, and it's just to show you that there's so many different options available. And one thing that Anthony's doing is, even with the cheaper quality reel, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose out on the ability to catch fish. Yeah. And so again, if you just want something entry level, you got a tight budget, it's going to do just fine. But a question I have for Anthony is, what's the difference between the $30 reel and the $200 reel? You can kind of break down the differential in price, what you're getting, what you're missing out on.
Yeah, big thing is the weight. I mean, the thing that we're going to notice more in the $30 going up to the $200 is the weight. After the weight, you're going to start, I mean, the gears are more efficient. There's more bearings in there. There might be better quality bearings in there. Little things like the fit and finish, the type of knob that they put on the handle is a lot more comfortable, maybe a little more ergonomic. Just little things like that where when you pick it up, you start noticing it's a nice tight reel, or one, you might have a little bit of static. You know, you pick up a $30 reel and you start bouncing it, you'll feel the parts moving a little bit. It might not be as tight, maybe because they put 1 or 2 less bearings in there. When we're mini jig fishing or picking out specific techniques, you know, that's one thing that can be bothersome to guys. You're sitting there bouncing a bait or twitching a bait, and all you hear is that reel bouncing. You know, that gets kind of old, and you're more likely to miss some fish off of that. So definitely jumping up to something a little higher end helps with that. But if you're just casting out and you're doing power bait and weight stuff, there's nothing wrong with going with a $30 reel. The drag system on the higher end reels will be a little bit smoother, a little bit better, but it doesn't take a lot to upgrade and get a $30 reel performing better than what it is for not a whole lot of money.
Awesome. I think one of the biggest things that I like to emphasize on my channel is just get out there and fish, man. And so if you're just wanting to start out, there's nothing healthier right now to do than get out on the water. And so we just want you to be able to get on the water and enjoy a beautiful sport. And so there's plenty of different options, and just something for you to choose. Make sure you check out Anthony here at Sav-On Tackle. He runs the store. Beautiful store, huge selection. They got every application you could ever want. They got it here, so make sure you check it out. But thanks, Anthony, for talking about the reels. And then I think you got a couple rods for us.
Yeah, I picked out a couple rods. Same thing, we're covering the price point. I feel like on the rods, it's, you know, again, as we go higher up, you definitely get into some fancy stuff, but 35 bucks, you can get an Okuma Celilo. We're using it in the surf, we're using it for bass, we're using it for trout. It's really hard to argue with that as a great price point, really well performing rod. You can get, there's different lengths. I pulled a few out, nothing specific, but definitely for power bait, typically a shorter rod, you know, 5.5, 6 foot, 6.5. It doesn't have to be a super heavy rod, just something you can launch, you know, anywhere from a 1/16 all the way up to a 1/2 ounce weight is usually what I recommend, something with a little bit of range. And this is a great option. It pairs well with the $30 reel, or you could go all the way up to an $80 reel on there. You can go higher if you want, but for the power bait setups, I usually recommend, you know, something like this and a simple reel.
So right now with the Celilo that Anthony just showed us, that's $35 you said? So $35 with the $30 Crossfire, you're looking at $65 out the door. And so, you know, that's pretty much where you can start out for a very solid combo.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's high performing still. There's cheaper combos for sure, and I mean, we offer some stuff that's very budget friendly or kid friendly even. If you want to get into something that's going to perform well and let you compete a little bit more at the local lakes, that's a great combo. One of the other ones, actually Marlon Mead turned me on to these rods, and I mean, it's really hard to argue with what Fenwick offered us. The Fenwick Eagle rods, and they gave it a little facelift this year. It went from the green to a blue, little different material, but I mean, just incredible action. And anybody that knows Marlon Mead knows, I mean, the dude's got a lot of knowledge. So if he recommends something, you know, that's, he's not even going to the higher end rods that he could go to. This is one of his favorites for a reason. So it's one that I love showing guys. I try to keep stocked well here at the store. Comes in at $70, so not a cheap rod by any means, but not getting you into anything super fancy. It's got nice fit and finish. It's got a nice ergonomic handle, good quality guides, and then the rod, it's, you know, it's just got great action. I can mini jig or throw power bait with it, whatever you're feeling for the day. Spoons as well, you know, throwing Castmasters and Super Dupers and all that. You could throw any of that on this rod very comfortably. And price point $70. So pairing it up with, you know, the Exceler or something a little nicer is definitely a great matchup.
Yeah, so we're looking at, with that second rod option, if you were to pair that up with the Exceler.
Yep.
So if we're to pair that up with the Exceler or maybe even the Fuego, we're looking at about
150 to 170 would be the range for that.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, you want to move up to a little bit of a nicer experience, then that's kind of what we'd be looking at there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, very nice.
And then if we go up to the, you know, the favorite, this is more the Cadillac setup. It definitely goes higher. You can look for the Ferrari setups and everything, but a good quality Cadillac setup. The Phenix Elixir, I mean, we're already familiar with Phenix, especially if you surf fish and you've watched any of Benji's stuff. I mean, just quality product. They give you a great warranty. The Elixirs are super lightweight. That's one thing you'll notice. Very lightweight, great action. This is one of my favorite mini jig rods because of that. It's lightweight. Get the 8-foot option. You can cast those mini jigs really far, even with a little bit of wind. You can work them well, and it has a great hookup ratio when you do set the hook. It comes in some split grips or full grips. I grabbed a full grip tonight just to show, but it does come in the split grip option if that's something that you guys do like. And 2-piece. You know, when we get into these 8-foot rods, it can be a little scary just because they're so long, getting in and out of the car with a thin rod, and maybe we've got the kids or the family with us. It breaks down into a nice 2-piece. It's a 50% breakdown, so it breaks right in half. One of the cool things they did is they put the breakdown right in at the guide, so you can't even tell. A lot of people pull on it, they don't even realize it's a 2-piece till after we point it out to them, but the connection is right here. So they wrap the threads down right up over where the ferrule would be, and it's looks pretty good. Matching that up with like 100 to 200, even more. Some of the guys, the 230, 240 is definitely in the price range that a lot of guys look to match these up with, but whatever fits your budget. If you have to put the $30 reel and get the nice rod, the rod a lot of times helps a lot more than the reel does. So. And
again, with Phenix, I talked about it last time. If you're a doofus like me and you close a door on the tip of your rod, with Phenix, they got a lifetime warranty. You pay a small deductible and they get you another one. Don't do it on purpose, but if that does happen to you and you do silly things like that, such as myself, it's a great option.
It's a great option.
But anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and list all of the reel and rod information with their price in the description below. No affiliate links in this video. Go to Anthony, check out Sav-On Tackle, support your local tackle shop if you're far away. But if you're local in Orange County, be sure to check them out. Anthony's the best, man. He takes care of you. I wouldn't be making the video in this store if I couldn't vouch for that. Thanks so much again, Anthony, for the episode. And make sure you check out Sav-On Tackle. Appreciate all your support, guys. And until next time, tie lines.
Thanks, guys.